Hey, we're at the thrift store and that can only mean one thing. We're gonna cause a ruckus. Like many of you, I've been living through, what's it called? My brain is too fried, I can't even think of it. A heat wave. And I've been struggling to find ways to express my personal style while not sweating to death. So this week, we're gonna do a couple thrift flips to make some pieces that will allow us to stay cool in the summer, but still feel like ourselves and feel really sexy, pretty cute and hot, you know? For example, I recently crocheted this little tank cover that I could throw on over stuff that wouldn't add a whole lot of heat to my outfits, the bad kind of heat. And I have 2 ideas for experimental tops I want to make this week. I have no idea if they're gonna work, so you'll stay by my side either way, right? I came to the thrift store specifically today in search of eyeletted materials. Gauzy, lacy, and I thought I had struck out until I literally just saw, that's cool. That's gonna be a hell and a half to sew. So this is a maybe. Let me keep looking and I'll tell you more about what I'm envisioning, oh my gosh, when I get home. Okay, oh, also, do we think I can make a tank top out of these green quilted pieces? I'd say the worst we can do is try. Straight up, curtains in a bag. Okay, my next idea, if I can't find an actual sheet or piece of fabric, that's cute. That is eyeletted or lace. Maybe I can find a dress with a lot of yardage. I'd like to avoid cutting up a pretty dress, so ugly dresses only. Whoa. I wasn't expecting this. It's kind of interesting. The eyelets have like a yellow embroidery. That could be interesting. It would probably be helpful if I actually told you what I'm thinking. But I'm still gonna make you wait till I get home. It's gonna be good, unless it's not. Good morning, people. Shall we get dressed? Like much of the US and world, we are in a heat wave right now, so I'm really feeling like wearing as little clothing as possible. I'm thinking like a dress, just like a you know? So, we got vintage mini pumpkin. Ooh, I haven't worn this in a while. Cerulean plissé dreams. This feels right. This feels right. Now, one could consider this dress kind of formal, potentially. Like if I really styled it with fancy shoes, fancy bag. It could be an event dress, and it has been before. But we're going casual today. One of my favorite ways to make something a little more fancy, feel just a little more casual and wearable is a casual sock in a surprising colorful color. And that's a great opportunity for me to say thank you to Bombas for sponsoring this video and for providing my outfit exactly what it needed. If you aren't familiar, Bombas has donated over 150 million items to those in need. And I've actually seen this firsthand when Bombas donated a bunch of high quality socks to the kiddos at the schools that my mom works with. And they can make these donations with the help of their customers. One purchased, one donated. These bad boys are the ultra stretch calf socks, and I really like them because you can pull them up tight for a sleek, almost trouser sock look, or scrunch them down for that perfect casual, unfussy vibe. They're cushiony without being bulky, and do you notice anything missing besides googly eyes to make this a hand puppet? No annoying toe seam. Finally, Bombas is now offering international shipping to over 200 countries, so you might be able to get your stinky paws on some if you hadn't been able to before. So feel good and do good and look good with Bombas, knowing your purchase is doing some real good. New customers can get 20% off their first purchase. Just go to bombas.com/Kathleen and use code Kathleen20 at checkout. Thank you, Bombas, for sponsoring this video and for this very avant-garde fashion look. And now let's get back to the video. See what I got at the thrift store? Okay, come with me. Oh, sorry. So my main idea for my thrift flip experiment is, well, we're gonna try a couple, but here's my main one. I've got a couple t-shirts that are too tight and I never wear them because they get real tight in the armpits and they get really sweaty and they cling to my body, and not in this heat, okay? So I had the idea of adding some functional ventilation panels that look cute. My idea is I'm gonna take these two tight t-shirts, cut them down the sides so that they're the front and the back panel, add a panel down the side that has a decorative but functional airway system. Enter eyelets. This will also add some fun texture, maybe a contrasting color for our t-shirts. I also got a jersey penny that has more of like an athletic ventilation panel option. This seems like it'll suck to sew because it's so slippery. So we'll see. We'll see about that. It also doesn't have much body, so it would definitely kind of collapse in on itself on the sides. Whereas I like kind of how structured and thick this fabric is when it comes to keeping the shape of garment, kind of boxy. All right, I also got this super cute chartreuse button up that I thought might be fun to add as a panel instead. Maybe we'll give our t-shirts a little more of like a business casual, surprising vibe. I don't think it'll really help with beating the heat, although cotton is pretty breathable. This would be more of like just for fashion, you know? And then I also got this shirt to potentially use as panel fabric. It's like a lace, but then I was like, wait, I just like this shirt, kind of. I think it's a cute little layering piece. So what I think I'm gonna do is cut it to a length I like and then add some channels up the front and maybe up the back too. And then add some ribbon or tie string so that we can kind of scrunch it up so that it can be a little shorter, a little longer, but either way, a good little layering piece that allows a lot of air through for the summer. I was also nasty and I bought some cute bed sheets, even though I don't need any extra fabric. But look at this. It's cute. And look at this. It's so dainty, so soft. And I did end up getting this little pack of placemats to potentially try to turn into a little bib tank top, maybe with some ribbon ties over the shoulders. I don't know if we'll get to this video. But in the meantime, would these look cute on my table? The yellowy wood with this Kelly green. Pretty sweet. All right, let's go find the t-shirts that we are going to transmogrify. Not sure why I recall this shirt being much smaller, but it already kind of fits. Someone even already mended it or like loosened it up a little at the bottom and even hemmed it, added these little notches. That wasn't me, I don't think. This was kind of my main victim. This was gonna be my main victim at least, but it already fits, although I do wish it were just like a little bit shorter. And then I also thought this was much smaller than it was too, but it's already oversized on me. It's not like I like suddenly became a much smaller human. I think my memory is just bad. But I do know for sure that this t-shirt, actually I'll just show you, is tighter than I like. Whew. And this t-shirt is tighter than I like. This one's not too bad actually. So that means this guy will be our main culprit. I'm a little nervous though because this is so thin and soft that when we add the more coarse eyeletted material, it might look kind of weird because the textures are so different. I guess we'll find out. Also, maybe we will add a little panel to this. It's just tight in the pits. I feel like vintage t-shirts were like so, they got up there. All right, let's snip. This goes against the whole like making t-shirts cooler to wear in the heat, but I really love the red and purple with the chartreuse color. So what if we do the panels in this? This is why it's an experiment. We're figuring it out on the fly, on the go. I mean, white would be cute. Let me think. You may also remember earlier this spring. Actually, that might be asking a lot of you to remember like a 2-second clip of a video from months ago. Anyways, I picked up this shirt at the thrift store because I had this idea back then. And I was like, this is for a thrift flip. You'll see it soon. 6 months later. So we've got some extra white. And I love the grid pattern of this. It's hard to see. I'm not a huge fan of like super decorative floral paisley-y patterns. I like when the more organic techniques are then smashed with a more structured shape, like a grid. I think that's cool. Anyways, I wanted to get this extra white fabric because I like this shirt that I bought to use as fodder. It's really cute. It's got this little scrunchy neck at the top and then buttons all the way down the front. I like this, and I thought it might be cool to use as like a little mini shirt, bolero, shruggy thing. If I were to snip this from armpit to armpit and just have it as like a little mini ruff that I could wear over stuff, that's cool. I'm very into the idea of having a little tiny shirt to wear on top of other shirts recently. Anyways, all that to say, we have extra white fabric now, so we won't eat into our rough tiny shirt needs. Let's see how big these panels need to be. I did just look up a tutorial and they just said, yeah, cut out a rectangular panel and it should work just fine. Nothing too crazy needed. 16 inches? Oh, I'll probably make them 18 just to be safe, and then we can hem it together. I'm really craving two things right now. One, some sort of summery cherry almond cake and creamy mushroom soup with crusty bread and butter. I think we'll probably make one, if not both of those things during this video because I can't stop thinking about them. I think my brain does this thing where it knows that I love having treats to look forward to, so it like almost makes up obsessions for me to think about, and then I get so excited when I get to have those things. So thanks, brain. Thanks for taking care of me so well. Hello. I realized that I didn't really explain how to do this. I do have a blog post that I'll link down below. That's the instructions, basically. But all you need to do is cut out 2 rectangles of your eyelidded fabric. And to get those rectangles, you measure the length of your t-shirt from bottom all the way through the bottom of the sleeve. So stretch it out flat, measure that. And then width-wise, I don't think there's really a right or wrong answer. I did basically like a hand. It's width, 6 inches or so. Sew them on. The armpit worked out fine without having to have an extra seam there or anything, so this is probably the easiest thing you could ever do. I'll say that. I'll stand by that. Okay, bye. Did make one oopsie, although I like the fit more now, and the panels worked. I mean, this works. This is so cool. But I did make an oopsie. I forgot that I wanted to also change the length, crop it a little bit, because I got really caught up on matching the hemmed part of my panel to the hemmed part of the shirt at the bottom to make them line up perfectly. If I'm gonna crop it, I'm just gonna end up cutting those off anyways. So like, where was my mind in that situation? When I should have more so been focused on lining up the fabric at the sleeve, because on this side, they don't quite match, although on this side, they match quite nicely. Anyways, before I go about hemming, remember when I said that I wanted to try adding some channels to this so that we could like scrunch it up and tie it? Well, these eyelets are kind of like perfect channels that I could run ribbon through up and down and try and scrunch it up as well so that maybe we don't even have to crop it, you know? That was a lot of talking and painting a mental picture when I could just show you an actual picture or video of it in action. So let me grab some ribbon and we'll do this little experiment. Kinda cool. Okay, this is it from the front. Imagine over here too. Fun. It's better than I thought it was gonna be. And I love it when that happens. How stinking cute. I didn't want to tie them too tight because I still want the added benefit of the wind vents. But I just think this is so cute. We got a little extra shaping, we got some gathering, a little bit of a scoop at the bottom now. I don't think I need to hem it now, but something we can always do later. So fun and so much more wearable and airy. Yes. We have more summery thrift flips to do, but I think it's time we make one of my dreams come true. Y'all, I just filmed a whole baking show for you, and my memory card went ahead and corrupted all the files. I was too powerful, I guess. But I did in fact make a little amaretto cherry cake, and I have a word of warning for you. If you have the DJI Pocket 3, Osmo, whatever this is called, don't let the storage fill up on your memory card while you're recording. Because I've had this happen twice, where I recorded a bunch of clips, and on the last one, I got the memory card full error, and then all the clips from that section, the last hour or so, were gone. It is looking pretty good. I just need you to know that I set up so many cool angles of me prepping and chopping and pouring and slopping that no one will ever see. The great mystery of our time. Well, at least my angry sweat isn't making me too hot because I've got my vents. Okay. Lo-fi moment of truth. I don't like that. Outside, pustules. Inside, angel food cake. And can't we all relate to that? It's scrumptious. These cherries are sour. Ooh. We're gaming. Who's that? Hello, I just invited you.
No, Kathleen. Oh, no. Kathleen, no. Hey, let her go. Yeah, exactly.
Your shoes off. What are you doing over there? Alright.
I'm falling. Goodbye.
She dead.
Look at all them nuts.
I probably could take some out.
You're nutted up.
Yeah, you're right.
Large, I have some of your health. Absolutely not.
Morning, football heads. How'd you sleep last night in general? I know you didn't just sleep just now, but how are you sleeping? Oh, I woke up this morning with a song in my heart and a dream in my soul because it is now officially the weekend and I officially have a week off. I'm on vacation! And I know, I just went on vacation. Somehow lined it up where we took the time off, 2 weeks before the company shuts down for a week. A big brain move, I think. Big brain move. Actually, what usually ends up happening is that people take the week off before the shutdown or after the shutdown, so they have 2 whole weeks off of work. That's the most bang for your buck, but what can you do? Why am I sharing my PTO details with you? You don't get enough from me. Anyways, this is starting off very adversarially. I'm sorry. I posted a preview of this shirt on Instagram yesterday, and I got so many comments that were like, wait, that's sick. Hold on a minute. You're a genius. I'm so glad the idea is resonating with y'all. I think it's mostly because everyone's sweaty and can relate to being sweaty, which was gratifying. So thank you. Next step would be to make a set of pants. Maybe some pants that are a little too small. Put a little eyelet panel down the side. Let everyone see what you're working with. Wouldn't that be fun? Also, a way that you could level up this DIY. String some little beads or some little charms on the ribbons in the eyelets. I also tied a little bit of the extra eyelet detail right here on the sleeve so that no one can really see that it's messed up. You're not gonna tell anyone, are you? Okay, that was our first thrift flip to stay cool in the summer months. Our second one isn't really a thrift flip, although you could use thrifted materials. It's more of just a DIY. Y'all know I'm having a netting moment. I made the little netted tank top. I'm working on a little netted shrug bolero thing, but those are crochet. And I was thinking, what if someone doesn't know how to crochet, but still wants to make something similar? How about we actually net, like as the fishermen do? I'm gonna try and make one of these with paracord, just by tying knots. I guess it would be like macrame, right? I don't know if I have enough paracord, and I'm gonna use it until I run out, and then I will go buy some more. It's not that big of a deal. So right now I'm currently on a hunt around my house to find a place that I can hang a hanger and stand and net this that isn't a closet, because I don't really feel like standing in a closet. So let's go snoop around, okay? My first thought was to use the stairs, but I don't know if this is gonna work. Actually, that might be kind of perfect. Sorry guys, sorry guys, sorry guys. That could work, but is there somewhere better? I am having tummy trubs today, if you were interested. I think because I ate like 6 pounds of cherries yesterday, and that's a lot. It's a lot of roughage. Why am I still talking? Can I use the room divider? Potentially. No. I hate this thing. Oh, Eureka. You guys remember that show, Eureka? Was that real? Did that actually exist? I'd make that up. It was real. Don't mind me, I'm just throwing a bunch of stuff on the floor real quick, creating a problem for a future date. That's my MO in life. Bing bong. Ugh. Ugh. Coat rack, anyone? Or is it a very avant-garde dress form? Okay, someone asked me my ideal body type. This. Look no further. Can I just say, I love this painting. That's all. All right. Gosh, get off me. La 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 la. Perfect. So I have already looked up tutorials for this. Lots of 10 to 15-year-old YouTube videos, which that's how you know that the tutorial is going to be good. And almost all of them are using a dress form of some sort. I don't have one. I felt the need and the urge in the Call of the Wild to maybe procure one sometime soon. I did post on my city's Buy Nothing groups on Facebook, like, hey, anybody got a little mannequin I can borrow for just a quick sec? Crickets. It's like they want me to buy it off Amazon. I won't. Anyways, this will do. So I'm gonna use this tutorial. I'm doing this without knowing what actual tutorial it is because there were a couple, I don't know, they all seemed pretty good. Yeah, let's see how it goes. This is all fine and good, but what if I want to make sure that it fits me? And I don't have a dress form, so how we do that? And I know I want mine to be a little more boxy, not so form-fitting, because I want to wear it over stuff. So I took a little walk in the YouTube comments of this tutorial I'm watching, and someone recommended using a t-shirt that you like the fit of as the base, and then netting around it. This is why the denizens of YouTube comments are too powerful. A lot of people are scared of YouTube comments, and I find them to be a trusty, albeit blunt and sometimes vicious, resource. You guys are cool though. I do get scared sometimes. I'll get like a notification on my phone of a YouTube comment and I just see a little preview of it and the first couple words are no offense but, or I'm not gonna lie, and then I can't see the rest and I'm like, what are they not gonna lie about? Something mean regarding me? And it's usually like the nicest thing I've ever read. So thanks. Thank you. Ah, my toe. Okay, I decided I want pink and red as my shoulder pieces, so I need one of each that are a little over 200 centimeters. And this is why you want to use a dress form, or at least a pinnable one. You can secure your strings, but just use tape. And then we pick our secondary colors. We're gonna do green on this side, blue on this side. Is that long enough? Oops, maybe not. Yes. Also, this isn't really a tutorial since the tutorial already exists, and this is not my area of expertise, so let's let someone who knows what they're doing better teach it. That's always my strategy when it comes to learning content. FYI, if you care. I'll link the tutorial I'm using down below. So excited! Yay! Make a loop. Go behind, pull it through. It's that easy. Don't use this as a tutorial. Oh, I love these colors together. This is gonna be so sick, yeah! Now we grab these two guys and meet them in the middle. Okay, make a loop. Wait, I already forget how to do it. Make a loop, put it over. All right, that's easy, that's easy. Child's play. Imagine this paired with some of those super gorpy Keen sandals that have the paracording stretchiness. It got so dark in here. How scary. Oh, we're adding more strings? We're not just gonna use these. That'd be a cute little bralette. I need a lot more paracord. To the craft store. are the colors I got. It's so dark in here. I don't want to turn on big light, but I think I must. Ugh. Boo. And these. Okay. Gotta cut a bunch of these now. Each of these segments is gonna have 3. I think that might be too much. I might just do 2 because I don't want my grids to be too small. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of 150 centimeters each, roughly. Okay. 1. Okay. Someone please tell me why I am scared. Oh, Nelly. A lot of tassels. A lot of tassels happening right now. Then I think I just start knotting them. This. Good, good, good. Let's try her on. Please don't be too small. You look a little small. Some would even say tiny. Why does this feel like something I'd wear to a rave? Oh, okay, actually fits really nicely. It's just too short. So let's splice some pieces together and keep going. Well. Here it is. Okay, first thing I'll say. This surprised me. And while I love the idea, I do fear that the colors that I used are reading more as Burning Man hula hoop slinger, which there's nothing wrong with that. Let me just say that. I was hoping for more of just a more understated, not such an evocative vibe. I feel like people are gonna see this and be like clown, and maybe not in the way that I want. Rave clown, perhaps. So if I were to do this again, I think I would just choose 1 or 2 colors instead of every color. But I also think this has so much potential, and the way that I want to explore the potential is to use this not as a statement piece. I know, it is a statement piece. The colors, statement, texture, statement, just overall one-of-a-kindness, statement. But I think if we style it as just a layer in an already statement-filled outfit, whether that's with texture or with silhouette, I think we might land somewhere good or better, because I still don't hate it. Mostly it's just different than what I was expecting, but I don't think it's bad. But I do think if I like just did the red all over, or maybe like red and pink or red and blue, that would be a more wearable item to me. And maybe I'll make more so I can have more options. First things first, I saw these types of macrame tank tops styled a lot over button-up shirts. I have a little button-up dress that still feels summery. Let's try that. I think it's so fun as a eye-catching layering piece on top of something that's otherwise kind of boring. This is similar to the outfit that I styled the crochet tank with, the business casual with a bit of fit and flare and whimsy. We got some little silk shorts underneath to keep things easy breezy, and these little handmade pointy slides to keep things feeling just a little beachy with the macrame and the slides and the big patchwork tote. This is actually pretty cute and simple. Effortless, I would say. Perfect for your next coffee run. Next, let's go a little maximal to see if we can like make this netted shirt the most tame part of the outfit. Okay, we'll start with this base, low crop dark tank to add a little contrast so we can really see the other tank. And then to add some competing texture and color, we've got our big palazzo-y madras pants. And I didn't want to try and compete with color because if we start to do that, it starts to get a little hypercolor, technicolor. And then to add some competing texture, but still keeping things breathable. Remember this t-shirt that I said I was going to add channels into and then haven't yet? We complete our look with the perfect flowy summer top layer. And then we got our little tabby sandal guys. These are the Beta V's by Sweet Coke. I've had them for like 6 years. They're great qual. And I think they help ground this look in more of like a street style, cool, hip vibe with the thick Vibram sole and just the tabby of it all. And finally, we will add another touch that will remind us of the tank top. This vintage beaded market tote bag. Kind of great, actually. My shoes keep farting. I love the way the tassels kind of peek out of the bottom. I feel very cool in me in this outfit, and that is always the goal. Thanks so much for hanging out with me these last couple days and crafting some summery thrift flips that'll keep us from sweating too bad during these heat waves. If you end up trying my adding eyelet panels to t-shirts that are too small hack, or the mermaid tank top, Please let me know. You can find me on Instagram if you'd like to send me a picture at kathleenillustrated. I always love to see what y'all are making. Somebody just sent me today a picture of a painted purse that they did. Amazing. And I think that's it. I hope you're taking care of yourself out there and that you had a nice rest here on YouTube before you get back to getting out there and fighting the good fight. I'm going to take next week off. I'll be back in a few weeks. If you have any requests for video topics, please drop them down below. I'm all ears. And until then, stay very stinky. There's nothing wrong with being a little stinky. We're all a little stinky. It's hot out, okay? I love you. Goodbye.